Hi everybody, this is our latest video. We're going to show you the Selective Functional Movement Assessment, or the SFMA top tier assessment. We use this in our office all the time as a quick assessment to show patients where they might have some dysfunctional movement patterns in their bodies that they're not even aware of. So you might come in with something like shoulder pain, and if we just focus on the shoulder, sometimes we don't get very far. If in fact your problem is in the upper back or the neck, your shoulder's never going to get better. Okay, so this gives us a nice quick scan of the body to show you not only the things you knew were hurting, but the things you're doing incorrectly or poorly that are maybe driving that pain. Okay, so it shows us dysfunctional patterns that don't hurt, which can sometimes be your secret lurkers, and so we want to tease those out. So the patterns consist of a series of movements for the neck, the arms, shoulders, back and hips, and then balance, which is often very entertaining. And so we're going to show you this, and you can try this at home, and we're happy to do this with you on your next visit if you want to see what your score is. All right, we're going to start with the neck, so we're going to start with cervical flexion. So can you turn the face that way for me? And so the first test is just, can she curl her head down and touch her chin to her chest? And can you pull your hair back for me? So we're looking to see if she can get her chin all the way to her chest, or if there's maybe a finger or two space in there, okay? And then with all these, we're always asking, are you having any pain with that? If so, where's your pain? So our score is functional, dysfunctional, painful, non-painful. Okay, next one is just to tip your head all the way back. And we're looking for how far can she go? What kind of angle is she making here? Does she have a smooth curve here, or is it kind of janky? All right, go ahead and face the camera again for me. Then we're going to do cervical rotation. Can she turn her head to the left? All right, and to the right. And we're kind of looking for that chin to get over the middle of the collarbone and not to have any pain. All right. The next tests are going to be for the shoulders. Can you turn around 180 for me? So I'm going to ask her to reach her shoulder underneath and try to touch the opposite shoulder blade behind her. And we're looking for a nice smooth movement there. Can she do it in one fell swoop, or is it kind of a like a robot? And is there a lot of winging? Uh-oh, she's got some winging. We might have some work to do on her serratus, okay? So we do that one on both sides and compare left to right. All right, got not as much winging on this side, right? So that's interesting. And so we're just taking notes as we go of stuff we might put on the back burner or stuff we might want to look at later and deciding our priority list. Next one's going to be up and over and touch the opposite shoulder blade. Okay, this is the one, she did that really well, but I see a lot of patients here do this kind of thing. They're like, and they kind of stick their head forward, or they bring it down, and they're not even aware they're doing it, and then I have to make them freeze and be like, where are your eyes? And they're like, hey, and they don't even know they've done it. All right, so we do that on both sides. Great. And then we're going to work on some spine stuff. So turn and face that way for me. So can she, with her feet together, touch her toes? So you can see here, not much of a curve. We're looking for a nice smooth segmental curve, and she's awfully flat here. So that's definitely something we would work on. She's touching her toes, but the way she's getting there, it's all hips and upper back, and nothing happened in the lumbar spine. Come on up. Next one's going to be backwards bending, or a spinal extension. So arms up over your head. And this is the first one. Can they even get their arms overhead? And she's kind of having to work at it a little bit. But I've got some patients that are here, or they give me like a bunch of rib flare, and they're like, look at me. And I'm like, no, that's not the same as having your arms over your head. Okay, and now I have her bend backwards, stick out her tummy for us. And again, we're looking for a smooth curve, and you can see here, kind of flat. So we've got a little restriction in lumbar spine motion here. All right, and come on up. All right, next one's going to be rotation, so turn and face the corner for me. And I like to go palms forward on this one so we're not getting fooled by shoulder blades moving around, okay? And what we want to see is, as she turns to the right, is she giving us movement from the lower body, from the upper body? Can we see the front of that shoulder? Okay, is she having any pain or pinching with that? And the other side. And you can see she's having a harder time turning to the left, okay, not quite getting there. So we would break out some of these tests to see where is that rotation loss happening, all right? Next one's gonna be a simple balance. So can you just pick up one foot and balance? All right, so I'm looking at her feet. You can't see her feet on the camera here, but we're looking to see, can she maintain that balance? And then can you close your eyes and balance? This is where it gets entertaining. And ideally, we want people to be able to balance eyes closed for 10 seconds. And you're going to be surprised. Try this one at home. If you try nothing else, try this one, because this is where people are like, I can do that. And they're like, oh, snap, I can't do that. You are not allowed to put your foot on your leg like a tree pose in yoga. You don't have to have your foot super high off the ground. You don't have to karate kid it. But I just want to see, can you maintain that? Because every time we're walking, we're balancing on one foot. So if you can't balance for 10 seconds, that's an easy one to work with at home. And we're going to show you a fun video on that as well. All right, and then the last test is going to be a squat. So I'm going to have you face that way for me, arms out in front, and then just go into a full squat as low as you can for me. Okay, and we are looking for her ability to, it's a crazy good squat. I'm going to tilt the camera so you can see. That's a ridiculous squat. This is kind of a perfect squat. Almost nobody can do this, so high five, Amber. She's got butt on her heels, feet are still flat on the floor, and she can touch the ground with her little fist there. So that is pretty much a perfect arms down deep squat test. That looks nothing like my squat. High five. What? All right, so that's our selective functional movement assessment, top tier. Try this one at home and see what happens for you. If you've got any pain, if you've got some asymmetry, we'll be happy to take a look and help you figure that out. All right, thanks for watching.